The last dog that we have for you today is the only female dog on our show, and this is Cinnamon, and she's, of the dogs that we featured, she's the one that's been here for longest, but because she's a little bit shyer and nervous at first, definitely wanted to give her a little bit of time to settle in before coming into this type of situation, because the cameras can be pretty scary, and she definitely showed that she was a little nervous when she first walked in, but she's starting to settle in even now. When Cinnamon first came in, she came in as a stray, but as sometimes happens, more information develops. We initially named her Celeste, but then some people came forward saying, yes, I know this dog, this is not actually her name is Cinnamon, so we went ahead and changed that. There's also been some discrepancies about her age. We were estimating that she was somewhere between 2 and 3 years old originally. This person saying that she's more like 1 to 2 with a birth date from last year, not last year, 2 years ago in December. So she's about 1.5 years now. So there are some discrepancies in some places. We haven't quite fixed all the paperwork yet. But definitely, an adolescent, dog. And she is a dog that we've, starting to see some changes in her. She's starting to settle in. But she's definitely going to need a family that's very patient and is going to be willing to understand that she needs some time to warm up to new people, places, things. She needs to learn that the world isn't scary. Sometimes people forget how important it is to socialize our dogs when they're young so that they learn that the world is an awesome place and that it means good things. And Cinnamon is still learning some of that as she's continuing to grow and during her time in this facility.
So as you mentioned, some of her paperwork says that she's shy and hesitant around new folks. But when I went and got her, she was kind of at the front, ready to go. Why do you think the difference there?
So she's been here since the end of February, so she's starting to settle in, and her paperwork is reflective of how she was when she first arrived. And we're hopefully going to do another behavior assessment so that we and all of our potential adopters can track her progress. But this just goes to show that those assessments are, as we often say, a snapshot in time. They're not necessarily indicative of how the animals are going to behave long-term or lifelong. But it is a good indicator to say this is how Cinnamon behaved when she was in a new environment that she thought was scary. And so even though homes are often far less stressful than a shelter environment, it's still a new place. After a while, this becomes home. It's a safe place. So it may be a good indicator of how she might behave in your new home when you get her home, because it is, again, going to be new and scary. So all of those things can be very helpful. And if you're reading through the assessment when you're visiting and you're noticing some changes, talk to the staff and volunteers, because they can kind of explain, this was how she used to be, but now we're seeing this behavior. We try to document that as much as possible, and you can definitely see in her documentation some changes in progress being made. But she still has ways to go, as most of our shy dogs do. If you're committed to helping Cinnamon here learn that the world is an awesome place and it's not scary, you can do so by start that process by booking that appointment at visitfcac.as.me.